This Might Be Risky sponsorship package is here. Have your ad run on our live streaming episodes, linked in the video description and attached to our many hot take clips. The channel is fast growing with thousands of views and subscribers. Don't miss your chance to grow your business on one of the fastest growing platforms on YouTube. Join the family today. This might be risky. Email us at thismightberisky@gmail.com if interested. Hashtag Indeed, hashtag do the right thing.
The message is always in the cloth, the colors, the designs, the fit. Basically, pay attention, stay alert, and remember, choose your own path.
Direction, choose your own path.
Don't just wear anything. Wear garments that mean something.
Basically, pay attention, stay alert, and remember, choose your own path.
And you failed to answer my question.
You want me to give you? Go ahead.
Yeah, real quick. So, Q, ask the question one more time.
So, what are the things that a male can provide to ensure that another male is going to be a man that a woman would not be able to provide?
Well,
and you feel like he didn't answer?
No, because he said I want a list. He refused to answer that.
Because that's the truth.
And
I told you that. I told you that most of the things. I told you that most of the things that come with that male development is the intangible. And the reason why I can tell you that is because, like most black men in this country, I was not raised with my father in a home. So I didn't understand the intangibles until I met my father at the age of 30. I'm 45, so that's 15 years ago. Mm-hmm. So when I met this man, not remove my father, my grandfather, his father, when I had my first conflict with my father, my grandfather, which was something stupid, it was over cutting grass. I had such a profound reaction to him, his authority, his direction, his suggestion. I started arguing with him, got very confrontational, fronting him, not really understand. And this man got frustrated with me and was like, and he looked at me, he goes, I can't deal with you. You argue like a woman. Mm-hmm. And at 30 fucking years old, do you know what that did to me at 30 years old? To hear that for the first time in 30 years? And then if I wasn't somewhat of an evil kill person and like to self-reflect, that was the first time I understood that there was something missing.
But see, at my house, I would have been told you that.
Oh, how would you know? You would have told me that if my pattern of interacting was your pattern of interacting. Most men out here that are raised in single mother households, their pattern of interacting with not only just women, but even male authority is based on how their mother interacts with them, with that authority. And my reaction was based on the way my grandmother interacted with men. I had no respect for male authority, not on the job, not in my family. I didn't realize that because all I was doing was not taking no shit off of nobody. I had a strong sense of I'm gonna tell you. I had a very strong, and a lot of that kind of behavior, which is very dangerous when you're talking about two men interacting. One man has that what I'm talking about, and the other man has what actual manhood's supposed to be with conflict. That's dangerous for the guy who doesn't have what that other guy has.
And you're
And
saying
that other guy is not going to assess that in that guy. He's not going to do that. He's going to perceive me, because he's looking at a male, as a threat, and he's going to deal with what he perceives as a threat. So those are the when I talk about the intangibles. So it's not like, I got my son and he's emotional, and as a mother, I'm just going to tell him to bottle that up and just take it like a man. It doesn't quite work that way. You have to see men in real time interacting with one another, including conflict. There's a reason why there's
Well, hold on, Rovato. Let it land, because I think that's a good point. That last point, and Q wanted to get in, so just hold that thought real quick. So Q, go ahead. What were you about to ask or about to say?
Again, he's saying a lot of things that are the obvious when it comes to most situations. But my whole thing is, I think it is humanly possible for a woman to raise a man to be a male to be a man. And I don't think that it's going to just be, because he has his father and his father went through these experiences, so that's helping him with his experiences. I personally don't think it's just that. I think that there are some women who have surrounded themselves with certain environments and are privy to certain things that they can kind of guide a male on that path. And in some ways better than some men. I really truly believe that.
I'm going to disagree with you, Q, because as y'all know, I was raised by my single father, and I've spoke many times about being a military. You want me to read it? Oh. Yeah. John the Baptist, $10. Thank you. Super Sicker. He says a woman can raise a boy to be a man age, but she can never raise him to be a man. And that is true. I have a teenage boy, 16-year-old, but I was also raised, and I'm an outlier. I was raised by a single father who was military. So my background is authoritative, structured, somewhat of discipline, like Real Bravado said. He raised us to be self-sufficient and in an authoritative situation. Early on, I knew for a fact. I mean, I just never believed that I could raise my son to be a man, because I can give him structure, but to deal with what he deals with mentally, being a young man, the things that he feels, I could never feel, because my feelings as a girl being raised by a man was totally different. So that's why I don't believe, because my father could not raise me to be a woman. I've said that before. He raised me to be self-sufficient. He can raise me to be the best employee ever, structured, organized, but he could not raise me to home into my femininity. And
real shit. Where do you feel that I wanted? Maybe you're about to say it, so I apologize. Where do you feel your deficiencies are? Because maybe that can also help answer some of the questions we have. But just
as a mother to a boy, or just
like being raised by your father.
Oh, my deficiencies was just me understanding my femininity, understanding that that I can, I guess get more with honey, where I'm talking to people a certain way, where everything, structure wise, everything and everybody's not going to, again, I was military, so everything is like a straight line. So I didn't understand that for a very long time. And when I had children, I had to tap into, each of them are very different. I can't raise them how I was raised, because they're not raised in a military environment. So I don't believe that I'm able to raise him to be a man, because his manhood relies totally on his ability to survive and provide, and being able to do it in the manner in which a man does. If that makes sense.
What is that though?
So that may be, for example, when I go out, he started asking me where I was going. And I was like, I'm the mother. Why are you asking me where I'm going? I had to get a male friend of mine told me to allow him to do that, because that is teaching him that he has to be aware of where his female is going, whether it's me, his sister, or his wife, his girlfriend. He's trying to home into his being able for protection. So he's aware about where I'm going. If I don't come back in a number of time, he's calling me like, "Mommy, how far are you?" So, again, at first I'm like, why are you asking me these questions? But again, I had to tap in the fact that is teaching him to be protective over his household, even though he's the male child.
But why were you not telling him where you were going to begin with?
Well, I'm the parent. That's how I looked at it. I looked at it like I'm the parent. Why I gotta tell you where I'm going? But as he gets older, I understand why now, because that's part of his development of understanding he has to protect his household. So that's something that as a female, I don't think that we automatically think he's wanting to know this to be protective. He's, I said my first thought was, why are you asking me these questions? You disrespect me as an adult, but that's not what it was. That is not to teach.
Let me try to get it better. So you are not saying I'm going out and I'll be back?
Yeah, I would say that, but he would ask me specifically where I'm going. Like, I'll say, like you want to know where he's going, right?
Yeah.
And how long will you be back? How long is it? How long will you be back? That's not something a child necessarily asks an adult. But as he grows up, that is him homing into his natural male sense. And if I say, "What you want to know that for?" I'm the adult. That's like cutting that. That's like saying, you don't need to know that because I'm thinking I'm the adult when really, if I say that,
all right, Ro, come on now. You don't say the same thing 4 times. Just twice.
Hey, Ro, but don't you think that kind of proves Q's point a little bit though? Because you're raising your son in a single parent household, right? And without the presence of a father, he still has that innately and still exercises that without you prompting him to.
Right.
But just playing devil's advocate a little bit.
Right. But it is based off of how we respond. Most mothers will say, "What you want to know that for? I'm the adult."
But that's not what she's asking, Ro. Where did he get that from?
Oh, he got it from his father. His father does that.
But hold on a second, Miss Rowe. At the beginning of what you're, Dana, I know what you're saying, but the part that you're missing, you're talking about that. Oh, it's his natural. The part that Rowe is talking about, that's different. She was talking to her male friend about this because she wanted to stunt that piece of his natural development, and her male friend told her not to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, being a mother raising, because you're the head of the home, I call it the queen mother syndrome. You queen mother, you don't want to be told what to do. You don't want to be run by nobody, no man. Understanding when male children start to develop, that is a primal instinct to protect the tribe. For that young man, his mother is part of his tribe. He's developing he's Simba, trying to develop into his father. So yes, there are natural instincts in guys, but when our women are raising these men and these boys start developing or presenting these natural instincts, mothers will go in to squash that. Now, I don't believe it's a conscious thing that they do. It's just I'm the adult. With a father, if his father's in the home and that dynamic of the relationship, and the son does that, the father's gonna say, "Yo, good. That's my responsibility, not yours. I worry about where your mama going. I worry about what you're going." But see, we're not. Our homes are unbalanced.
Yeah.
And the other thing, and I'll won't talk forever, but the other thing is, our young men shouldn't have to feel that way about their mothers because they shouldn't be responsible for the safety, well-being of their mothers. But that's the nature of our